Wow, what an incredible time it is in the year of the dragon with Pluto and Aquarius. I can't even believe how fast the energy is moving. It's a momentous year of change, transformation, huge movement in the tech sectors that I've been tracking closely. And all of that is mirroring our potential for up leveling and upgrading the spiritual technology of our bodies through the divine genome that the Sophia Code talks extensively about. Um, and we're going to be going into some really cool teachings with the Sophia Dragons today during our free prayer collective call. If you haven't signed up for our free prayer collective, you can sign up for that newsletter on my website at kaiara.com, KAIARA.com, and you'll be able to join us live today at 1 p.m. Pacific. So today's question comes from one of our community members named Reese. Hi, Reese. So happy to finally be able to take your question. Okay, so Reese is asking, I feel as though I have to prove myself to be worthy of communicating with the Sophia Dragons. Why is that? Are they able to communicate with anyone, regardless of where that person is at in their journey? Well, Reese, I'm really grateful for your question because, when we meet the Sophia Dragons in chapter 13 of the Sophia Code, it's really an exceptional, extraordinary event. These are seraphim angels that haven't made themselves known to humanity since Shambhala, since a previous golden age here on the planet. So I can absolutely relate with feeling perhaps, how is this possible? I was pretty intimidated, excuse me, pretty intimidated myself when I first excuse me, when I first made contact with the Sophia Dragons. And I just want to assure you that anytime you come into contact with very high celestial heavenly guides, whether they are the Sophia Dragons or the archangels or specific ascended masters, it can feel overwhelming to your senses. These are beings that live at an incredibly high sovereign frequency. They're not struggling inside this matrix in any way. They are ascended beings that are living in ascended state of existence. And so when our ego structure, when our human awareness comes into contact with the resonance of such high frequency spiritual guides of any order, any heavenly order, we can naturally feel intimidated by it because their light is so bright. What it brings to our awareness is just how much we are being oppressed, blocked, censored, programmed in this slave matrix that we're all experiencing as our daily life. I personally believe the state of the world is actually a post-apocalyptic experience that we are all living in from the most previous reset on the planet. You could research the subject matter of Tartaria to learn a little bit more about what I'm talking about there. That's outside of the realm of what I've currently released with Sophia Code teachings. But one of the reasons why the Sophia Dragons are making themselves so available to us at this time is because we are living in such a state of abject oppression here on the surface of the earth. And their heavenly frequency of Christ consciousness is piercing through the illusions. It's piercing through the lies of the matrix to reach your heart and to open your mind and to open your life, to create new space in your life so that you can feel the truth of your sovereign divinity, even as all of this matrix control and oppression is happening all around us. Human beings are brilliant. We have the capacity to live at a very high frequency with architecture, sciences, mathematics, even enlightened forms of currency. And that's not what we're experiencing right now in any measure, especially over the past, couple thousand years. And so, coming into contact with the Sophia dragons, who are an angelic order that initiate populations into their sovereignty, that's confronting everything that's programmed about this world. You're touching into a mirror of heaven, and the mirror is showing you the reflection of your own divinity inside of you. And so you're not actually intimidated by the Sophia dragons. You're intimidated by the mirror they present of your own beautiful sovereign divinity, that mystical Christ or Buddha light within you that's here to transform the world. That's what's the most intimidating and overwhelming to us. Anytime we call upon an angelic order, anytime we call upon an archangel or an ascended master, anytime we truly come into contact with the presence of God, source, divine mother, divine father, a consciousness, source consciousness, you're coming into contact with the mirror of your soul. Because your soul is made in the image and likeness of God. So it can't be anything less than this divine energy that your human awareness is reaching out to for a mirror. And there's nothing wrong with needing a mirror. I don't think the source would have created so many personalities and so many souls if it didn't enjoy the mirroring process that consciousness enjoys to engage in to elevate and expand itself. Consciousness is continually seeking out the joy of being mirrored and taking others higher in that mirroring process. And so I want to just really encourage you, Reese, to go back and read chapter 13 in the Sophia Code as though you are staring in the mirror and seeing the magnificence of that Sophia dragon as a story, as principles, as descriptions of the multidimensionality of your own soul, the divinity of your own soul, the creative power of your own soul, the sovereign liberation of your own soul. And that's what the Sophia dragons are mentoring us in. And, to address this one part of your beautiful question, Reese, are they able to communicate with anyone, regardless of where that person is at in their spiritual journey? I would say the Sophia dragons can absolutely communicate with anyone because they can do anything, just like the divinity within us has no limits either. However, you can make a phone call to somebody's phone, but if they've got the phone turned off or maybe they don't want to answer the phone, that phone call isn't going to get through. So if the Sophia dragons are attempting to communicate to you and you might have a block or resistance to feeling as though you are worthy of receiving their direct communication and mentorship, it is going to create some blockages there to receiving those messages. But their unconditional love, their joyful, empowering energy, can still land in places within someone who isn't necessarily ready to accept that they are worthy of that kind of spiritual guidance and mentorship. Now, with that said, the beauty of the Sophia Code is that as you complete the 8 key code initiations in section 2 of the Sophia Code, you are opening up your body, you are opening up your heart, you are opening up your intuitive centers, you're opening up and activating all 8 of your major chakras to start to receive divine guidance and information from the Sophia dragons and from every ascended master featured in the Sophia Code with greater ease, clarity, inner promptings, and even this kind of playful dialogue with physical reality where the ascended masters and the Sophia dragons can work through your environment and even your home, your daily life, when you're driving around in the world to show you signs that they are communicating to you. And because you've completed the initiations in the Sophia Code, you're more receptive to not only receiving that guidance, but actually hearing it, integrating it, and taking action steps on it. So yes, they can reach anyone at any place in their journey, but it's up to us to open our hearts, to open our psychic centers, to open our body, hearts, and minds to what is being transmitted to us from these extraordinary angelic orders and ascended masters that so deeply want to communicate with you. I would not have spent a good portion of my life preparing to channel the Sophia Code and then to bring it into the world and then to teach about it for years after if there wasn't a very high level desire from these angelic orders and the ascended masters to continue to communicate with each of you. We're all here to awaken together. We're all here to step into whatever you want to call source consciousness, Christ consciousness, Buddha consciousness. We're here to do that together. And when we do it when we choose to embrace an authentic journey of spiritual awakening together, that collective experience of unified awakening quantum leaps us. It's like the bull run with Bitcoin. It just goes exponentially. It gets on an exponential accelerated path where, even if that jump wavers, it's still climbing. And it's important to understand that even if some of us waver in the journey of our spiritual awakening, because we are unified in the living transmission of the Sophia Code, we're helping to stabilize one another. We're helping to regulate one another. We're helping to, just by being present to our own inner empowerment, by choosing our worthiness, choosing self-love, choosing to do the inner work that allows this sovereign divine light to shine out from us. What happens is that our collective consciousness starts to move and awaken to its creative power. And the Sophia dragons and the Sophia dragon tribe talk about this as a community that can move as the one golden dragon light body, a collective golden dragon light body of Christ consciousness. What does that mean? It means because we're all choosing to actively, consciously awaken and learn with the Sophia Code teachings and our mystery school curriculum to learn how to embody our higher self, how to take action, concrete action on our divine guidance, and to make a significant impact and difference by following through on our divine purpose. We're creating this soul body of empowerment that's impacting all of our friends, our family, our clients, our communities, our churches, our world. That's a lot of energy. It's a lot of creative power. It's an enormous amount of light that we are anchoring within our DNA and within our daily actions with the Sophia Code's teachings. And so I want to thank you again, Maurice, for your beautiful question. And I really hope that you can join us for this incredible journey we're about to start on March 20th. The 8 Galactic Keys of Ascension with the Sophia Dragons begins next week. Our opening ceremony happens in the afternoon. I believe it's 1 p.m. Pacific. And I can't even describe how thrilled I am to go on this community mentor journey all year long with so many of you. It's going to be completely next level activations, absolutely essential galactic teachings for the times that we're living in. And it's going to be such a perfect opportunity to invite a much deeper relationship with these holy seraphim, the Sophia dragons, to really deepen in your connection with them, with your spiritual guides, for such pivotal times that we're living in. I love you all so much. Thank you for taking the time to go live with me here on YouTube. I'm going to head over to the Sophia Code app. Hi, Sophia. We're going to take more questions live in the Sophia Code app. We have a membership subscription called the Path of the Initiate. Maybe you're already a part of it. Come join us in the Sophia Code app. If you're new to this platform, you can download the Sophia Code app for your iPhone or your Android at the Apple Store or the Apple App Store or the Google Play. So I'll see y'all over there, y'all. Love you all so much. And we'll see you at the free prayer collective at 1 p.m. Pacific.